iBasis was started 20 years ago in a basement outside of Boston by a couple of computer guys. They had this idea about using the internet to carry international phone calls. iBasis quickly grew to be one of the top 3 carriers of international calls in the world. You may not have heard of us because we're a wholesale carrier. Our customers are the phone companies and operators you buy from. But if you've made more than a few international calls, you have almost certainly used the iBasis network. Here's how it works.
Meet Bob, a customer of AT&T. Bob is at the airport about to travel to London. Before he does, he makes a couple of phone calls, one to his friend in Mexico, one to his sister who has moved to France, and one to his colleague based in China before close of business. His provider AT&T needs to be connected to those destinations in order for Bob to successfully make those calls. There are some 900 plus mobile networks in the world. In fact, AT&T would have to be connected to those 900 destinations for its customers to be able to call internationally. Connecting to every one mobile network directly is a very complex and costly undertaking for AT&T. Instead, providers like AT&T choose to be connected to iBasis as a middle person, and we take care of the connectivity to every other network in the world.
For more than a century, service providers like iBasis could count on constant and significant growth of phone traffic. Even with the increased competition resulting from the deregulation of phone monopolies all over the world, there was enough volume growth to provide solid profit for international carriers, including iBasis. Then came Skype. A hugely disruptive force, it dramatically changed the international voice business by enabling free international phone calls without ever touching a phone company or a phone network. In just a few years, Skype and other internet players like them took billions of international phone calls, representing almost all of the annual growth, off the market. This was a very loud wake-up call for the industry. Voice would become merely another form of data. It forced us to raise our sights and examine the horizon. At iBasis, we recognized that we had to embrace innovation and create a role for ourselves in the new global communications ecosystem, or be rendered obsolete by it. So, 3 years ago, we went to work on building a new position for iBasis. The international voice business isn't going away just yet, and we will continue to be a leading carrier, but that won't be enough to sustain us. We know that our future is in solutions that enable operators to deliver innovative mobile data services. Our mission now is to make what's next work globally. What's next includes a myriad of mobile applications and services running over emerging platforms and technologies. The tricky part is making it all work globally. Here's a simple illustration of how we do that in roaming.
Bob travels to London on vacation. He does some sightseeing and is particularly fond of taking pictures and short movies with his mobile phone. Bob wants to share these with his friends and family via social media and is also in need of using Google Maps to get around the city. Bob, however, is now on the Vodafone network and no longer on AT&T. By having a data network connection between Vodafone and AT&T, a service which iBasis provides, Bob is able to roam and use his data services even when traveling abroad. Bob can now use the likes of Facebook, Twitter, and Google Maps while he is in London.
Transitions in business are always difficult, and we have chosen an even bigger challenge. We're intent on maintaining our leadership in voice while creating the new mobile value-added services business. One is essentially a commodity trading business focused on operational excellence and efficiency, and the other is a solutions provider working in a rapidly evolving market that requires innovation, agility, and collaboration. Very different skill sets, attitudes, and management needs. We're promoting 2 cultures, but our goal is one community.